Glampers, welcome to the video. Mike and Joni here with Those Who Glamp Together. We're at Pike Lake State Park. We just want to show you the park. A couple things to understand. There's no Wi-Fi, no cell phone.
No cell signal.
So if you want to come to this park and you want to understand where you're going to be and you forget, make sure you download a map, take a picture of a map, something like that.
Also with this state park, which we're getting ready to share with you, it's very small, but there's hardly any markings on the rows of like which row has your campsite. So we had to actually pull, we were down another row. We actually had to back down, 2 or 3 sites to get into our site, but not a big deal for us. But because we're bigger in the realm of like older state parks, it was a little bit more frustrating to get around, not having signage or the proper signage to figure out what row we actually belonged in.
And it's 30 in, no water, of course, and no sort of, there's a dump station up by the park office, but the park office is not, and the camp store is not in the campground.
It's almost like quarter mile up the road.
You got to walk up the road, which the road is part of a normal road system. It's not just park access.
Yep, so there's regular traffic that come through here. We want to share this park with you because we found it just a little quaint and quiet. Yeah, it's a very quiet place.
Really nice park.
We are here on a holiday weekend and it was still very quiet. We noticed even in the evenings. So we wanted to share it with you guys. We haven't seen a lot of Pike Lake videos, but we want to share some of the campground with you.
Let's go check it out. Okay, first thing you're going to notice when you come into the site right here, you come into the campground, it's one-way roads. All the roads are one way. So if you miss, like we said, there's no markings. If you miss your street, your lane, you got to come all the way back around and go back through.
Yes. And because the park office is all the way up the road on the hill up here, there's nobody to direct you. There's not even a sign that you pull into the campground this way.
And we haven't seen a park ranger this whole weekend. And this is Memorial Weekend. It's Sunday, so we haven't seen a park ranger.
Right towards the entrance is the bathrooms. Maybe we can open that up for you guys and show you what the inside looks like. But this is the only running water bathroom shower house
in the campground.
Yeah, the rest of them that are throughout here are pit toilets.
Yep.
Have you seen this before? This is the bathroom. I guess this lets people know. That one's funny. Okay, here's the bathroom. Changing table, bathroom, and then you have a shower. One, 2, 3, and 4 are pull-throughs, but they are very little. Optical illusion because I have you on wide angle, but there's the, I would say maybe a 20 foot.
30 foot maybe.
Maybe
30 foot.
If you're lucky. And this one's interesting too because the way they have you pulling in, you actually have to pull in as you come in, but your electrical is on the opposite side, but your campsite is on this side. So these were kind of put in a little backwards. The head of us is site 14 here. So I'm sure this is 15.
Yeah, they alternate across from each other.
So they go back and forth.
Even numbers on one side, odd numbers on the other.
This is probably the most unlevel I've seen. And it's not real bad, but most of the campsites around here are pretty level.
And all the pads are concrete. Yeah. Blacktop, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you can tell that's been pretty new in the last couple years. They have the sites painted, like this is site 16.
Never seen that.
All right, we are coming up on the curve that it actually makes the road narrow.
It's the end of the main road coming in. It's the first lane coming in. This is where we curve around to find all the other lanes that are not marked.
Yeah, this is where it gets really confusing. So this on the right hand side, this is site 23. This is the last site on this straightaway. Straight ahead is like a kid zone, trash. And then we curve around. This guy was already here when we got here. It's Heritage Glen. He was kind of in our way to make this turn because it's pretty tight. On this back side and also on the far side over here, those are all kind of like the creek side. Those seem to be pretty nice. And we've seen some big trailers go in there
Yeah.
this weekend.
Now what you see here is the split. This first row, as you see, there's no signage whatsoever. This first row is for the pull-throughs right here. The next row and the row after are the other lanes. They're not pull-through, they're back in. We were supposed to go to this little lane here, the middle of the three, but with no signage, we had no idea. So we took this one. Of course, it was wrong. So just understand, if you're coming into this park, know where your site is supposed to be.
Yeah, I would look ahead of time or have it printed off, the campsite map printed off ahead of time.
So you can see that gorgeous east to west down there. That's us.
On the other side of the pit toilet.
Yeah, on the other side of that smelly pit toilet.
This campground only has 79 sites, electric only. There are group sites. We didn't see them. They're not over here.
And one thing about the pull-throughs, see how close the pedestal is to the end of the pull-through? If you're trying to get your trailer in here and you have to arc wide, you're not gonna be able to make it. You're going to end up cutting the corner with your trailer.
Yeah.
If you have a long trailer.
Yep.
So just understand that, because they really put it close to the site.
A pull through will still equal having to pull so far forward that you got to back in.
Back in.
I always make fun of the ones that call themselves pull throughs and then you got to back in.
You got to pull through all the way just to get in the site, backed in. So just understand that. And there's a really cool playground right here for kids.
Here's some of the pit toilets that are scattered about the campgrounds. I'm sure this was the original deal, but ours is not a pull-through row. We had to back in, but we back in from the very front of this aisleway.
Yeah, we just went out the main road, because that road over there for the pull-throughs just comes out up here. So we went around and then we had to back down to our site, because I didn't want to drive all the way back around.
This is site 62. This is a really nice site. Except you can't take your camper straight back unless you move your fire ring.
Yeah, you have to move the fire ring.
Which you could see where it's been. This is site 69. It's a nice wooded spot, but some trees in the way. Yeah, for it's rainy, it would be muddy. And then this is where our aisleway would dump into, and the pull-throughs would dump into.
Yeah, everything comes
Come
out
down
this way.
And out that way.
Exit.
This site right here is very interesting to me.
This is the last site.
It is,
79.
yeah, last site, site 79. But it is right on the edge of the creek.
Which, is it a creek if there's no water?
Yeah, just haven't really had the rain. But yeah, that's it.
Not a lot of green space, but they put a site in wherever they could. All right, so that's just a quick overview of Pike Lake State Park, the campground anyway. And it's a really nice park. I actually like this park.
Yeah.
It's just, you need to be on the little smaller side, 30 feet and under, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're big, you just have to be selective about the site you're in and what's behind you and around you. One of the things that I noticed that this is probably one of the cheapest state parks that we have been to. Per night, I think it's like $25 maybe.
25 and change maybe.
So,
but it's only 30 amp, like you said, so
that's
you're
why.
only paying for 30 amp.
And I'm sure the popular ones are the more expensive ones, and this is not going to be a popular one.
It looks popular today, this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so one more thing to note about this campground is your GPS is going to take you on some really wonky roads to get here. We were freaking out a couple times because it looked like the wires were low and stuff like that, but it was because of hills, and it was safe. We got here with no problem, no issues. So just trust the process of a good GPS that has your height, your length, and your weight. We went over some bridges. They were like 38 tons, so no issues with us. So just remember that the roads are just a little sketchy coming here, but no problems.
We also use RV Life app.
Yes, we use the RV Life app, so we have really never had a problem with the roads. They've been sketchy, but never a problem.